All right, so we're going to talk about the properties and looking at equivalent expressions, okay? The distributive property is the one that is most difficult for students to understand, and so we're going to go through that a little bit, all right? But I'm going to use a real-life example to help it make sense to you, all right? So let's say when you go to the movies, you want to go to the movies and you're going to buy a ticket for $8. You're going to buy a drink for $4, and you're going to buy popcorn. Now, we don't know how much the popcorn is going to cost, but we're going to call it P. Okay? Now, I know that I'm going to spend, the amount of money that I'll spend there, I could combine these like terms. Okay? If I say, what is the total amount of money that I'll spend? Well, until I know the cost of the popcorn, I won't know the exact number. But what I can do is say, well, I'm going to spend $12 because I can combine these plus the cost of popcorn. Okay, even though we don't have an exact cost, we have simplified it. Okay, we have an equivalent expression. Now, our distributive property is kind of cool because it says, well, what if I have 5 friends that go to the movie and I'm going to treat them all to a great movie outing? Okay, so if I say, how much money am I going to spend? Okay, well, I could have said that 12 plus P and then times 5, right? Which is okay. But I can break it down into steps here to understand it, okay? My distributive property says that I have to distribute or share this number with everything inside here, okay? To distribute, if I bring cupcakes and distribute them to my class, it means I'm going to share them with everybody, okay? So I'm going to distribute this 5. Because it's smushed up against here, we know that means multiply. I can't just multiply it by one part of it. I have to multiply it by everything. Okay, so everybody gets to have a movie ticket and a drink and a popcorn. All right, so first thing we have is 5 times 8. I'm going to write it like this for a second. And then I have 5 times 4. And then I'm going to have 5 times P. And that's okay to leave it like that. That means that whatever the cost of popcorn is, I'm going to multiply it by 5. All right, so now I can simplify this even farther. 5 times 8 is 40. 5 times 4 is 20, plus 5P. These two together make $60 plus 5P. This is as simple as it goes because I can't combine these together. This says that it's going to cost me $60 plus 5 times the cost of the popcorn. Okay? That is as simple as it goes. So if this is my expression, with it a little closer together, of course, that this is what it simplifies to. Okay? I'm going to give you one more where we are combining like terms, okay? So some just random numbers and letters here. 5 plus 3m plus 4n plus 6 plus 2m plus minus 1n. I'm going to add a little bit this way so I don't run off the screen. Okay. Now, hopefully we can see all of that there. Uh-oh. There we go. Sorry, too far. Okay, so I'm going to combine everything that's alike. So I'm going to start with maybe my whole numbers. A 3 and a 5 and a 6. And they're all positives. They're all adding. So I'm going to add 3 plus 5 plus 6. So that's 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay? Now, I'm going to look at my m's. Okay, I have 3 positive, so added 3 m's and adding 2 m's. So 3 m's plus 2 m's. Remember yesterday in class when we talked about the 3 apples, or 2 apples and 1 apple, or 3 bananas and 8 bananas and 3 bananas? We can combine those. So we can call this 3 monkeys and 2 more monkeys. All together, we're going to have 5 monkeys. So this is my numbers. This right here will be my m's. Now I have n's. Now, this one's interesting over here. This is subtracting. So be careful. So this one is 4n. We could say plus negative 1n, or we could say 4n minus 1n. Remember, sometimes we don't actually see a number there. I talked a little bit about this yesterday and said sometimes you would just see an n. So 4n's minus 1n. That's 3n's. So all of this, if I simplified it, all what this is about is simplifying the numbers. 14 plus 5m plus 3n. That's those three things. I combine these to make it smaller and condense all the information, okay? We're combining like terms. Use your notes, okay? Raise your hand and quietly ask your teacher if you have any questions. But rely on your notes and what we did yesterday in class, okay? Remember the grocery list, okay? And I will see you tomorrow.